All right, what's up, guys? Rev Sauce TV. Make sure to rate, like, and subscribe. Vince McMahon under investigation right now for a lot of things, for insider trading, for bad business practices, to sexual orientation with different women, sexual misconduct. We all know everything. This happened a year ago. Now the government's coming in and investigating him. They have subpoenaed him. They're issuing search warrants. They're going after everything to do with Vince McMahon. So Vince McMahon has covered up a lot of things, and there's a lot of whistleblowers in his camp that are blowing stuff and saying stories and all this stuff. So here's my opinion on it. Vince McMahon's going to go down like a ton of bricks. And what's going to happen is this deal is going to fall through with Endeavor. I knew this was happening. I think the whole Endeavor thing was very shady from the start. I think other companies didn't get an opportunity. They sold so quick to Endeavor. And it has to go through the FTC. It has to go through a lot of things. I don't think it's going to be completely sold to Endeavor. I will do backflips and shit if it does, hypothetically, if it does. But I don't see that happening. And Vince McMahon, day by day, night by night, when you see stories from Yahoo Sports or all these other places that cover this stuff, it just looks like Vince McMahon is a creep. It looks like Vince McMahon fucked up. It looks like Vince McMahon was trying every which way to make deals happen, to sweep everything under the rug before he left. And then people told him, his main camp told him, do not come back. Stay in retirement. Let this shit happen to you off to the side. Do not come back to the company because it's going to hurt the company. And right now, the company's got black eyes. That's just the way it's going to look. And Nick Khan can come out all he wants and try to damage control for this. Triple H could try to damage control for this. His family could try to damage control for this. It ain't going to help shit. At the end of the day, Vince McMahon will probably get arrested for a bunch of stuff or have to pay a whole bunch of mess of fines. That's what's going to happen here. And that sell with Endeavor may not go through. If this all goes through for what he's doing and the sexual misconducts and the insiders trading, the financial crimes that he's committed and things like that, Endeavor won't get this company. They will look really bad because it looks like they were scheming on top of Vince McMahon to make this deal happen. So it just looks like night by night, day by day, Vince McMahon looks like a creep. He looks like an asshole. And it looks like he did not want to give up power. It looked like he was trying to do every which means to sweep a lot of this under the rug. You know, $12 million to 4 different women. You don't think that hush money that he was trying to give wasn't going to come back to eat him in the ass? Well, it is now. And Vince McMahon looks really, really bad. That's just a fact. And everybody calls him basically the godfather of the Attitude Era. Yes, I'll give you that. But as of the last 15, 16 years, this man has done some shitty shit and has caused a lot of uproar. And they've swept a lot of it under the rug. It was going to come back eventually to eat him in the ass. Now, Vince McMahon took a medical leave. They're saying that this was all charaded so he didn't get in trouble or prolong the indictment and all this stuff. It's typical Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon does not want to go to jail. Vince McMahon does not want to pay more money. Vince McMahon doesn't want to go down in history for having the biggest botch of his life. And right now, he's having the biggest botch of his life. And good, it couldn't happen to a betterer person. If you're going to insider trade, you're going to do hush money payments, you're going to do all this stuff, you deserve to go down. You're a creep, you're a liar, and it just looks bad on WWE. It tarnishes their legacy at this point. And that deal just looks really, really, really bad. It just looks like they just came together and it was buku money and just said F all. And it just looks shady. It just looks shady. It doesn't help anybody involved. And there was other parties and it just looked like they just went into business together and it just happened. I even said when they made the deal, I said this didn't look right to me on paper. This did not look right. And there's plenty of stuff going on right now. Like, there's so much, sexual allegations. And then there's several search warrants by the feds. There's just so much going on with him. And it's not even funny. It just looks like he's under a bunch of stuff. More stuff's going to come out, but it just looks like he's being subpoenaed and he's going to have to face a grand jury, and that's what's going to happen. It's just unfortunate. It's unfortunate that Stephanie had to get, kicked out of the company for that, where she was trying to do good things. And you got Nick Khan trying to be a yes man and downplay all of it in media calls, in media scrum calls with the public. It's just bad after bad after bad. And it's just like, I'm sitting here as a person laughing at all this because I said this a year ago. He is going to go down hard. He come back, the Pandora's box is already open. And you already know there's tons of whistleblowers in the situation. You already know there's people already ratting his ass out. There's people that didn't want him there that are doing everything in their power to get him out. And this is how it's going to be. He's going to go down one by one by one by one by one by one by one. And it's just a fact. He's going to get hit with this one, then the cell, then this, and then that, and then this, and then that. It's game over. It's game over. And all respect I've had for Vince McMahon is just go out the door. I will respect him for the Attitude Era and things like that, and what he did for wrestling, putting it on the map back in 2001 all the way up to 2009. But really, outside of that, man, he has fucked up. And he's going to continue to fuck up. Pardon my language, but that's what's going to happen here. And you're going to see more and more shit come out about Vince McMahon. It's going to make WWE look really bad when WWE has been on an upstir. They've been doing well since Vince McMahon has not been around and Triple H has been able to book somewhat. Vince McMahon's got some type of say in it too now. But it just shows. It shows evil doesn't pay. Being evil does not pay at the end of the day. This just shows. It shows Vince McMahon didn't want to give up power. He didn't want to listen to the real people, the smart brains out there that in his camp that were telling him, hey, don't come back. Lay low for a while. They all said, stay low. Don't go high. And guess what? He went high. And guess what? He went and sold the company. And now that deal's under some type of investigation as well. So he looks really, really, really bad. However you want to slice it and dice it. However you want to turn around and say things. Like, again, Vince McMahon looks bad. I don't care however you slice it and dice it. The articles will be down below. The proof is in the pudding. We can all have our own opinions on this, but at the end of the day, he looks really shady, and WWE looks really shady. I feel bad for Triple H. I feel bad for Stephanie. I feel bad for Nick Khan. I feel bad for the people now that have to go clean up this shit. I feel bad, and it doesn't help WWE. Like, seriously, they're already having creative frustrations with wrestlers. They're having this happening, and I thought the AEW shit was bad. No! This shit is just wild. This shit is wild. And I said this a year ago to all of you guys out there, and ladies out there. I said this a year ago. I said, he could sweep all this under the rug, but the government's eventually going to catch up to you, and you're going to have to pay the piper, and all this stuff's going to be looked at by a microscope by the FTC, the government, the grand juries, all that out there. It's too much for the government not to come in and want to put you in cuffs and arrest your ass and put you on trial. You could delay that with your back surgeries, Vince. You could delay that with this, that, and the third. You're still going to go down. You look bad. Everything, I can read these articles until I'm blue in the face to you guys. He looks bad. Everything that's against him is bad. He hushed moneyed. He laundered. He did this. He did that. He's gonna go down. And it's gonna make WWE look good. Vince McMahon's legacy is gonna look really, really good at the very beginning of everything, but at the end of it all, it's gonna mar his legacy. I don't care whoever you slice and dice that with. It's gonna mar his legacy to an extent. He is gonna look like the evil villain coming out at the end. And he's gonna look like a maniac that did not want to give up control to his family members or anything. And then it brings up the deal. The deal looks like it's all shady too. And it looks like there's things going on with that. So again, like I said, Vince McMahon looks really bad. Comment down below what you guys think down below of all this, man. I just, to me, I just, I'm not shocked. And I'm not blown away by this. Vince McMahon did some shady shit. Everybody should not be shocked by this. At this power of editing for Vince McMahon's misconduct, man, it's incredible to me. That's what I was trying to say before I botched my words. You know, his misconduct is going to get him in a lot of trouble. At the end of the day, we all know this has been in a year in the works. And also his misconduct with the whole idea of selling the company to Endeavor doesn't make him look any good either. And that's also going to be put in scrutiny, and that's going to be examined by the FTC and a bunch of other places. I don't think that deal is going to go through. I thought that deal was very shady, and it went down very quick. Like, you didn't have very many suitors behind it. And when you did, it just didn't look good. And why did it sell so quickly to Endeavor? And it's the same with the misconduct right now with the sexual exchanges with women that he had. There's a lot of that's messed up. Anyway, make sure to rate, like, and subscribe. Comment down below what's your thoughts on the matter. Vince McMahon, his legacy is getting marred day by day, night by night, man. Like, it's just so sad. The ending of Vince McMahon era in WWE is going to go down as two black eyes on WWE. And he's trying to take his family and his company down with him as a sinking ship like a Titanic. And it's so sad because they don't deserve that and the fans don't deserve that. It just, at the end of the day, it just makes Vince McMahon look like a self-centered asshole. It just does. And he's a maniac. That just puts it out there. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure to rate, like, and subscribe. Peace out. See ya.